Hello, I'm Sebastian, aka Kerwa, and I'm a 17-year-old offlaner that plays in NA, and I'm rank 1800. And today I'd just like to talk about Dota. Earlier today, I saw a video about StarCraft and how its status as a legendary esport that built itself to seemingly unstoppable heights dropped to become an almost unfortunate joke in the scene. Learning about what made StarCraft fall despite its insane popularity made me question Dota's trajectory and how it will hold in the next decade or so. And as it stands right now, the path forward does not seem filled with certainty. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. Dota at its absolute peak is seen mainly within its major events, especially the international. These events are what define Dota as a competitive game, and each match, each moment, each storyline make them an absolute treat to follow. I myself was drawn by the incredible trial put onto the players by TI that tests their wills to the absolute fullest as not just players but as actual people, which creates something where truly anything can happen. That is what pulls people in, the idea that through thick and thin, they can overcome their opponents and destroy the enemy ancient. But not everyone has that will. How can people realize that drive when they haven't even truly experienced it? New player experience is awful. Valve does not advertise the game in any conventional way, and overall, there's just not enough reach for growth. Let's say you want to get into League of Legends. I'm sure some of you don't even like the example, but it's just for an example. There's a great variety in English content creators for so many different audiences that you're bound to find someone to watch. And so many more people know what the game is. As someone who's always on Twitter, there's always something like an ad, a post about it that gets attention from people who don't even play the game, or even just a meme making fun of it. And yes, I see posts about Dota, but that's because I follow people in the scene, and I still see the same amount of tweets about Dota that I do for League of Legends. Now let's get back to talking about growth. We can talk about Fortnite and how it's the biggest esport all we want, but no, not even close. Interest always garners to what's perceived as most popular, and that's exactly what Dota needs. Remember auto chess? The year auto chess happened, I heard the word Dota more times outside of the actual game than I have in any advertising Valve's ever done, which I guess isn't very hard to overcome. But why can't we see more of that? Why can't we see capitalization on the reach our game has? Our esports scene is huge, and we birthed a genre of a game that at some point sent waves in gaming. Yet, we see nothing? Now, since this topic has already been touched upon about 1 million times by people trying to spark controversies worth dying, which is exactly what I'm doing right now, I like to bring my own thoughts to the table. Dota's core community will never fade out. It's a game that, for some, take up the sole spot in their Steam library, and we see players like Nico Baby get a Medusa tattoo. But it's not like that community is being especially invigorated either. People admit to not playing the game in much as in favor of just simply watching. Content creators and talent are not on the rise. People are even discouraged from pursuing the talent route as the retirement age of players inches closer and closer. It's hard to get IRLs to play the game with you, and many people who do actively play the game still feel isolated. So let's break the solution down to a simple timeline. The solution that brings the same excitement we first had when the International was announced. First, Valve has to address what their plan with Dota is. How is the development team supporting it? Are they ever going to advertise the game to broader audiences? Honestly, I think they can cater to more casual audiences over more game modes that are shorter. Turbo is already one, and ARAM is one that's popular with League players. If Valve steps it up, I feel that a natural development would be that creators can rise up and build content for a new community that reinvigorates the scene. I know Sheepstick recently released an educational video regarding Arcware, and that'll probably do wonders in showcasing a flashy, nuanced hero of our game to players considering committing their time into Dota. Comedy content, too, has been lacking diversity after Try Mike, for instance, left, and multiple other creators have become less active, like, Combo, Waka Maka, and, was the other dude, the one with the Earth Spirit profile picture, I'm not sure, but the only real active channel that gets views is Dota WTF, amongst a few others. When we reach a point where a community diversifies, only then can we see a legendary game like Dota find its spark again. There's always excitement for the big events like the majors and TI, but I'm sure many of you have the feeling of longing and that there can be always something more. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope to hear what many of you have to say about this topic. Peace.